Hood of Defiance removed 1 ring from the Hood of Defiance, but the HP regeneration, okay. Lincoln Sphere recipe reduced. I always wondered why it was so much. It felt a little too much.
It felt like a lot.
Lincoln's actually also got really buffed last patch.
With
patch?
being able to put it on people, right?
No, I'm talking about like more damage. Got more damage and it got more
Regeneration,
stats, I believe.
I don't
5 more stats and 5 more damage or something like that. Or I don't remember, but it just definitely got buffed and now it got buffed again.
Okay.
So now it's actually it's a really good
I
item.
think any item with Ultimate Orb needs to give more stats than Ultimate Orb. Because it's like, if you look at like the stat per cost, you use branch, right? 50 gold for 1 stat. Ultimate Orb, it's 2,100 for 10
it's
stats.
Supposed to get more inefficient in stats for how efficient it is slot wise, right?
Yeah, that's not even efficient slot wise. Like, I'd rather have a null talisman or something.
Yeah. Null talisman's pretty legit though. Lotus Orb now requires an energy booster instead of the 900 gold recipe, and as a result, the HP regeneration increased by 1 as well.
I mean, it's a good buff, right? Because now the Lotus Orb doesn't have a recipe, and it also gets you 250 mana. If you look at the hover over the question mark up there.
Yeah.
So it's actually a really big buff.
I think the biggest thing is just arcane boots. So you can actually make them into something other than like greaves.
Okay, so easier build up for this item.
Yeah, if you have some like bounty hunter who doesn't want to go greaves right away, you want a Lotus Orb.
Let's keep buffing bounty hunter. That guy
your
needs
boots.
a lot. Absolutely.
Yeah, good stuff.
Mask of Madness, after all the nerfs of the past, is getting a little bit of a buff. Damage amplification reduced by 5%, so you can take a little less damage.
That item's never being bought still.
Okay, good stuff. Medallion of Courage, we already talked about, uses Blightstone now. Observer Ward, gold experience rescaled.
It's 100 gold and 25 experience.
Duration reduced by 1 minute. I don't even remember it being 7 minutes. Maybe that's just me not playing forward, I guess. Wasn't it 6 minutes at one point? Or it's always been 7 minutes?
I have no idea.
Because I remember like the streams are 6 minutes delayed, like when it's a big tournament because of the wards. But restock interval lowered a bit, and the cost slightly reduced. Any thoughts?
No, seems good.
Bit more wards. Like more.
This gives you
more wards, but less like.
If you mess up a ward, for example, you place a bad ward. This gives you like you're not punished as hard.
Yeah.
Because now it just goes away faster. We have new wards faster.
Gem got nerfed too, so.
Yeah.
Like, vision is very important, so it does matter.
Especially with
Green Core.
The scan.
No longer provides HP regen, mana regeneration reduced by 50%.
Did I really need HP regen and mana regeneration though?
I mean, the main
purpose
is
400
like
stats it provides.
Yeah, the main purpose is the cooldown stuff, right? That's the main reason.
Yeah, you get HP for casting spells. Why do you need regen on top of it?
Yeah, I agree. HP regen for Perseverance increased by 1. Pipe of Insight removed. Pipe of Insight barrier stack limit duration. HP.
So you can have multiple pipes, and they stack.
Huh.
So you can have 3 pipes on your team.
And you can have the raindrops as well.
Yes.
Right?
Raindrops.
Stacking.
Yeah, man.
And you can have Rubik. And then with a pipe.
That's interesting. You don't really see pipe in general. Does this change things if you get 2 or more now?
What does it? Pipe gives you.
It's 400. It gives you 10% magic resistance aura.
The
and
aura
400
and some regen.
damage block.
It's like 15 regen. It's a lot of regen.
Yeah.
Is it 15 regen? No, you mean for the
it's like 10 for the pipe, and then it's like a 5 health regen aura. It's kind of like AC.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean it's good.
I don't think the aura stacks.
Pipe is rarely bought, so it's alright to buff that item.
Point booster health bonus reduced by 25, and mana bonus increased by 25.
Just so it matches.
Right?
Why not?
One of the best items in the game, by the way.
Because the health it
Very
gave, 200 health.
Yeah, it's legit. Refresher Orb, Refresher HP regeneration increased by 2.
That's to match the Perseverance change.
Yeah, I mean, health of regen. There have been like 20 items that have said this. That just check the Ring of, which we still haven't gotten to, but we will. Ring of Aquila or Aquila. How do you guys pronounce it?
Aquila.
I say tequila. Aquila. That's how I say it.
Ring of Aquila.
I say Aquila.
Aquila.
Ring of Aquila.
I hate people that say Aquila.
I hate people that don't say Aegis the way it's supposed to be pronounced.
You know, Ice Frog himself got mad that they were calling it Aegis.
Aetherlens and Aegis.
Aetherlens is correct, but people just like to say Aether, so whatever. Armor reduced by 1 and damage increased by 1. So
Stop saying Abaddon. Say Abaddon.
Abaddon sounds better. I know it's incorrect, but it sounds
He even
good.
says it in his voice logs
like
when you pick him. It's Abaddon.
Alright, tell me this. Why are there people that cast games that call melee constantly. Nobody gets upset about that.
Now you're just
They
flaming
say
Toby.
Abaddon,
Let's be honest.
and gods. A lot of people, actually, I think OD maybe as well.
Yeah,
Melee.
the people
You
that
say
aren't
melee?
English speakers.
I think I say melee.
Melee.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I mean,
Super Smash
no,
Bros.
it-
Melee.
It,
Melee.
it doesn't bother me. Though.
I
That's
used to
my
say
point.
melee though.
Well, you're a convert. It's okay.
Yeah, you're probably Abaddon sayer as well, huh?
I don't say Abaddon or
You say
Abaddon.
Abby.
It's
I
Abaddon.
don't even talk about that hero.
Piece of shit
So-
hero. That's what you say. Okay, Ring of
We got
Bacillus.
buff dispatch.
Essentially the same thing as Ring of Aquila. Ring of Hell. Finally, we get to the changes. HP regeneration increased from 5 to 6. Shocking. Ring of Regen. Cost reduced. Rod of Atos. Remove chance to true strike on target. We already talked about this. Just super random.
Why?
Sange maim chance increased by 5%. Maim slow reduced for ranged wielders.
Yeah, it's fine.
Maim chance for the S and Y is now 30%.
Is the what is that 5% reduction?
Huh?
How much is the slow reduced? It's like 5%. Is that really a big deal?
Oh, the slow, right?
Yeah.
The 6% for melee and huge amount for ranged.
Yeah, I mean, range is fine because like, why was it 32% for range in the first place? Because then you can just like follow you forever. You get a main proc, but like, is the melee one like a big deal?
I
Really?
don't know, for some reason I never really. When I think of Sage and Yasha, I don't really.
Think of the main. It's
I'm
like the
not-
movement speed,
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of. The mame's kind of like.
Movement speed
Oh,
and good
right,
stats.
right. I have a Sage and Yasha. I just maimed him.
Yeah.
That's kind of the feeling I have.
Good
you know.
stuff.
I don't really consider it when I'm purchasing that item that it slows in a chance of 16%.
It's just like super
It's
good
kinda-
stats and
this
Very,
just
very
makes it-
cost effective.
Maybe now, since it's 30% instead of 16, now you might actually consider it.
Now it'll
That's the
maim on
thing.
like every hit.
Yeah,
It's good
Now
stuff.
You're actually going to maim like more consistently.
You can maim towers.
Whether or not it's
yeah, that was the thing for
What?
a day. You could maim towers for a day
No,
when they passed something.
Oh
It
yeah.
didn't do anything.
No, it slowed their attack
It did?
barely.
Oh, really?
It was good stuff.
Shadow Amulet cost reduced by 100. Silver Edge now requires Shadow Blade and Ultimate Orb instead of the Sange plus
This is
Recipe.
actually really good, I think.
And backstab damage reduction.
The hero I think about with this is Slark, because you got the Shadow Blade and you want to go Scotty.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
So now you just buy the Ultimate Orb after Shadow Blade and just make Silver Edge, and you can disassemble it. Now you still have Shadow Blade, now you have Scotty.
Oh, that's true. You can disassemble now. Wow.
But it's good because
pretty
you
big.
didn't want to buy a Sange and a recipe to buy this item. Like,
I mean, how often was Silver Edge actually brought
Never.
forward in it? There was like
never. Not even on Slark.
no.
Once
Maybe-
PA
maybe-
gets back
maybe
in the game.
against PA.
Yeah.
That's the only hero you ever bought
Yeah,
against.
It was almost never bought, but now it actually has really good stats.
Because this item actually does damage. Like, it actually, it does, like, the disable effects. Like, if here's, like, Animage, you disable the magic armor, all that stuff. That's actually really good. And then it actually decreases their damage by 50% for 5 seconds. They do 50% less base damage. So against heroes like Morphling, for example.
Oh, they do 50% less magic damage too. Everything they do.
Do
Any
they?
kind of damage you do, it's reduced.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, that's way better than I thought it is then. So that actually I think it will be bought.
Well, that's why I was surprised. Like, I'm surprised they didn't add, because nobody's using it, like you said. But surprised they didn't add a feature where when you upgrade the Lothars or Shadowblade, that like the cooldown is reduced, or like you're invis for longer. Something
It is like
benefits.
that though, right?
No, it's the
No,
same.
it's not.
Like the invis stuff is exactly the same as Shadowblade.
We can
Same
take the
Now
Han
it's
route.
now or
Where you
before?
forever, or at least now.
Wasn't the cooldown lower? I'm pretty sure. Like
No.
you were in this longer and
No. You can take the Han route where you have
You're
charges.
making me doubt myself, but I'm 90% sure now. I
Really?
was 100 a second ago, but
okay.
we can. People in the comments can
Just
flame us
kidding.
later.
I don't know. I'm not on.
You can buy it on Lion. Pretty sure that's good.
No, I did.
You did. Smoke of Deceit. Stock replenish time reduced for 1 minute. No longer has a cooldown attached to your hero when used. This means that you can have multiple.
This means
like,
you can
they
double
stack.
tap it on accident.
I'm sure they have like a half-second delay, right?
No. Longer has cooldown.
Well, okay. So you in the past you've had to put on multiple heroes, and sometimes they smoke at the same time because nobody knows who's using their smoke. This kind of gets rid of that.
Now you can use both your smokes in the same
I mean,
hero.
it would
Right.
be a cool change to make it so that there's a global 5-second cooldown, or 2-second cooldown.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So it doesn't happen
For enemies
this
and
shit doesn't
allies.
happen, because it's not really
So you
nice,
carry a
you know?
smoke and then you watch
And
when it's
you know
on
when
cooldown.
you know when
But
they
then again, like
soul
Good
boosts are no
stuff.
longer
And then you
provides
scan
HP
them.
regen, mana regeneration reduced by 50%.
This is the match, the Octary Core.
Yeah, talisman evasion cost reduced by 100. Okay, cost reduced. Man, TP scroll is getting so cheap.
Because
Yeah.
they just, like, why is it so expensive in the first place? It's such
It
a
was
core mechanic.
135 a year ago, right? Then it went to like
Right.
100 or something, and then 75, and now 50. Eventually, they're going to be free.
And them are League of Legends.
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think it should be free.
No.
Get to situations where you're like, I need 5 gold for TP, guys, wait. And then...
They're going to make it free, and then they're going to change the icon to Gaben's face.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's the good stuff. Vanguard, HP regeneration increased by 2. Veil of Discord now requires Helm of Iron Will, 2 Null Talismans, and 400 Recipe. And one of the biggest nerfs so far we've come across.
That's
It's now
actually
dispellable.
Pretty good for PL, especially.
Yeah.
Get Veil, you see the real one because it's glowing purple.
That's like the biggest counter to PL, honestly.
But now you dispel it when you W, I think.
That item also
Yeah.
felt a little bit too strong towards the end of the patch.
Oh
I
god.
was almost bought every game.
Yep.
And
I mean, there's a
um,
point where
Veil.
nobody bought it
and
either,
it's
right?
also the stats. The stat line it has is really, really strong. Before now it's more balanced. I'd say it's still very good
Less
because
intelligence.
the HP regen and the
armor.
the HP it gives, mana and stuff. It gives kind of everything.
Why does it give strength? That's what I want to know.
Because you're buying 2 null talismans.
Yeah,
Makes
whatever.
sense.
It's still a good item, regardless. And you have to get a
It's-
diffusal to get
it's
it.
still good. Still good.
Great stuff.
But definitely a buff to PL. And the last item change, Vladimir's offering armor aura reduced by 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Great
All right,
stuff.
heroes. Abaddon,
Abaddon.
Curse of Avernus Slow increased
That's
by
not
a little bit
It's
in
not
early
a
levels.
big thing.
Ancient Apparition, Cold Feet cooldown reduced.
This happens every patch.
Cold Feet,
Yeah.
yeah, indeed. Damage time changed. So does that
Still.
mean when it starts doing damage?
Yeah, you can cancel blink with it probably. Stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
0. Okay. Yeah.
But that skill is actually getting ridiculous. But it's still a skill that is on AA, which is a kind of an
Isn't-
awkward hero in this aspect of it has no synergy really with the rest of his spells too much. Yeah, it kind of does with the second skill, the Ice Vortex thing. But you know
I mean, it
it's
has-
a little bit awkward. Usually you
Yeah.
pick A for the ultimate.
Mhm.
That's why it's always been picked. And like just the whole no healing thing.
yeah, it's a big deal.
But
Good
now
stuff.
It's felt like a skill that nobody's really cared about. For
Yeah.
a while now.
exactly.
People don't even skill it sometimes.
Exactly. But now it's actually definitely worth skilling.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys vote. Are we reading this?
Alright, well, the gist of is
I don't.
Flux is nerfed, everything is nerfed except Spark Wraith.
I actually haven't read
The
it 'cause
biggest-
I don't care. This isn't a hero.
The
Oh,
biggest
I
thing
got
is,
it here.
is the Flux. It's not purgeable. So if you're playing Lifestealer,
Mm-hmm.
you purge it when you push Q. Before, it would just slow you through Rage.
Which one's Flux?
The Q. The slow.
The
50% slow at level 1. That lasts 4 seconds.
the dot.
Yes, it's like getting Gale by Venomancer, but you click on someone and it lasts forever.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I think the biggest thing I want to talk about is the Tempest Double now shares cooldown with your items.
Oh.
So you can't do a Midas meme anymore.
Yeah.
So this hero is dead.
Okay.
This hero is now
So
dead.
does he? He just sucks now.
He's awful.
Okay.
But they increased his stats.
So he'll be in captain's mode eventually.
Yeah.
I thought if they had kept it the way it was, like, there's no way.
No, but now it's cooldowns now persist on ability that's item cool. Actually, when I reread it, Tempest Double ability.
All right, we're
item
done.
which
Next
cooldowns-
hero,
I mean,
Axe.
what does that mean? What does that mean?
I
Like,
don't care.
like
about
if your
this yet.
Tempest Double, does it have its own cooldowns or does it share the cooldown of your hero?
Well,
I have no idea.
So if your Midas is on cooldown,
yeah.
because it's a 50-second cooldown on Tempest Double, so if you use Tempest Double again after the 50-second cooldown, the Midas on Tempest Double will have 40 seconds left because Midas is 90 seconds.
Right.
But it doesn't share with your hero. It just has its own cooldown section.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Is that how? I think that's how it works.
All right.
Which is still a big nerf.
I'm not going to investigate further because, again,
It's not a real hero.
don't
I mean,
care about Arc
I
Warden.
agree, but it's a big nerf.
This is like it's like the dumbest hero that
There are
has ever
several
been
heat
introduced,
pickers,
I think.
Arc Warden only pickers, and that are now sad, and I'm happy about that.
Yep, that's true. All right, Axe counter helix damage is now pure damage, and as a result, the damage has been reduced.
And that's gigantic
Why?
because late game, a lot of heroes have a lot of armor.
So there's some pure damage that does not go through BKB,
This is one of them.
but this is one of them that does go through BKB.
Yeah, it's pure physical. Whatever that means.
It's quite nice.
It's pure spell piercing.
It's pierces spell immunity.
Yeah, that one. It's very good.
Okay, good.
At all levels.
Bane, enfeebled mana cost reduced.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
He needs some buffs. Beastmaster, I was expecting a much bigger nerf than this, but essentially it's just
The
vision.
only thing you need to change was his hawks anyways, and this is fine. He's still pickable. He's just not as good.
Okay. Bloodseeker. Aghanim Scepter gives you 2 charges of Rupture. Rupture cast point improved a bit.
Yeah, this is a meme.
And strength growth.
This is definitely a meme. Who buys Ags
Are
on
we
Bloodseeker?
picking Bloodseeker, guys?
I don't know, maybe.
Is he what lane does he go in? I don't even know.
Ooh, any lane. He's Bloodseeker.
I think I don't know.
Jungle. Iron Talon.
I don't know. I was never a fan of that hero in the first place. Went after the change.
Yeah.
So I never looked into it too much.
He's a big blade mail advocate.
He's probably still viable. He has some good spells, right? The first skill amplifies everything and heals and stuff.
No one has the names of the skills other than
Blood Rage, what's it
I
called?
think that's
Blood
right.
Rage,
I
right?
think it's Blood Rage, yeah.
And
No,
then the second
Rupture.
skill is called
It's right there.
Blood Right.
Blood Right.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Thirst.
And Thirst.
Thirst.
Yeah.
We did it.
It's a good one. All right. So it's not dead after all. Bounty Hunter Shadow Walk mana cost increased a bit.
This means you just can't do as much early game.
Brewmaster replaced Earth Brewlings Pulverized.
That's the
with
same
Demolish.
spell as Lone Druid Bear. Level 4. Does more damage to buildings.
Okay, yeah. Primal Split and Storm damage type from Pierce to Hero.
Yeah, this is the same as the
Blah,
creeps.
blah, blah.
And they reduce the damage to make up for it, but they do the same damage.
Okay. But it's just better for pushing. Is that really the only change?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they also, they changed the armor types. So they're now stronger. They're harder to kill.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because in the late game, your Brewlings will just die.
This
No.
is a hero that needs to come back. So I'm for any buffs.
The Windwalk's pretty big, actually.
It's huge backstab damage.
Yeah.
220 at level 3.
Yeah, that's pretty huge. You can, like, take out half a support stealth.
Bristleback damage threshold reduced from 230 to 210. And Goo cast range increased to 700, which means Aghanim Scepter's even better, guys.
It's only with Scepter.
Yeah, only
Oh, it's only
Scepter.
for Scepter. Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah. But I mean, it's nice that like Bristleback.
Damage
He
threshold.
actually got that nerf. I mean that buff last time too, from 250 to 230, and now we're back to down to 210. Like the
good.
TP scrolls. At one point, he will just keep spraying without even damage. You know.
Yeah, just infinite sprays. No,
Yeah.
no problem. The biggest disappointment of the patch:
Centaur.
Ooh.
Centaur double edge cooldown reduced by 2 seconds. Stampede increased just a bit. Doesn't
Wah,
change
wah.
anything about the hero. His mana cost still, or his mana crap is still crap. Double edge. This means you have to get.
You can kill
You
yourself
have
faster.
to get a hood. You have to get a hood now. 100% have to get a hood. Why are
5
they
stacks
doing this
now.
to me?
5 stacks.
Who knows? It does do 400 damage.
To yourself too, though.
Yeah, but
You have a lot of health.
You're a tanky
You
guy.
have 4
I mean,
strength gain.
If you get farm on this hero, I think he's still good. But the problem is like the laning stage. I don't think this helps his laning stage at all.
Well, the problem with this hero is the stun cooldown is so long.
Well, the mana cost is the worst.
That
part about it.
too.
Yeah.
Like you use one stun, literally, and you're out of mana.
Like
literally.
Like think
out of
about it.
mana.
Like he's just a shitty slaughter.
I mean, Stampede's a good skill. Who knows? I think the hero maybe still has some place because it used to be picked a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really changed that
There's an
much.
Iron Talon
Some-
jungle. That's the problem.
Maybe yeah.
Maybe you max return. You just sit in the jungle.
That sounds like a meme. But anyway,
1 in hook stomp.
I'm still saying this is one of the top 10, maybe top 5 Ags carriers. If you can get Ags on it, it's game breaking. It's
The
so
game's
freaking
already
good.
over when you get Ags.
All right.
You either lost or you won.
You get Radiance on Centaur. All right, next. Chen.
Okay.
Big nerf. Hand of God no longer fully heals creeps.
This is like ancient creeps, I think.
It's also normal creeps, I think, because you're
Yeah, 1400 health.
you're pushing a tower and this Winter Wyvern or some Rubik or whatever nukes your creeps, but you don't care the first time. The second time you kind of care, and then you want to just pop Hand of God to heal all 4 of your creeps, which is worth it.
Yeah.
Considering you get the tower and stuff, and you back off.
How much does it heal? Just in general. 400?
2, 3, 4, I believe.
How much?
200, 300, 400.
So it'll still heal them, but just for 400. instead of
Yeah, like a
400.
third
Yeah,
of the health.
I think it's mainly on the first and second level, and because later on, like when you're level 16, you have ancients, and you
Yeah,
probably
they
have
don't-
griefs too.
They don't care as much.
So I think about ancients, they don't care much. They're also really hard to kill.
Okay.
But it's mainly early game that if you can't save your army that is getting ganked by some AoE spells, it's just generally harder to push Blitchen. Because your creeps might just die, you can't heal them up.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big nerf, I think.
All right, Clockwork needs some buffs. What do we have? Battery assault damage increased quite a bit.
That's
This is
actually
quite a bit of level
That's
4.
a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
How many? I can't remember how many things he gets
It's
off.
like 15 or something.
Yeah, so 15 times 25. Minor cleanup to power cogs, pushback, distance, duration, change.
I actually have no idea what this means, but I'm not even gonna.
I mean,
I think it just means they push back 0.01 seconds farther.
either way.
250 units and 0.5 seconds. I don't.
I mean, this hero can get easy solo kills with battery assault, and it's increased now. I don't know. It doesn't really change much though. I don't think as far as his viability. Do you?
I think it.
You're the offlane.
The
player,
same.
I mean,
the blade mail buffs.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. Yeah, that's.
Because he's like one of the best blade mail warriors.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
All right.
No, he's gonna see some plays.
Maybe you get that force step item, and then you cog, and then you force step them out of your cogs, and they take the mana burn. You know, some really good stuff
That
going
sounds
on.
like a meme, but I like it.
Yeah, it's really. And then you attack them from max range.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Crystal Nova cooldown reduced, and Arcane Aura gives you. I mean, when are they going to stop with this self aura crap?
Now you can jungle forever.
Like it used to be 2, didn't it? It used to be 2,
Yeah,
like a year or 2 ago.
It used to be the same as for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
On yourself and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
Now it's double on
8.
yourself. Now it's 8.
it's pretty. It's probably pretty nice to play Crystal Maiden now.
Your spells are a lot of
When
mana.
you get around level 8.
You
or
need the
something
lowest
like that,
intelligence gain of every hero, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure strength
Slowest
heroes
movement
have
speed.
higher intelligence
Yeah,
gain. at this
sure,
rate.
but like now she can actually just run around and spam this Nova and regen her mana fast.
The Nova's probably pretty good in 9 seconds.
Yeah, it's probably pretty nice to play Crystal Maiden now. You know, she's not gonna have the same issues she had before.
Dazzle's actually.
Dazzle poison touch range increased.
I remember.
This is one of the worst skills in the game.
No, it's
No,
actually one of
it's
the
not.
best.
Come on now.
I don't know.
You know what the problem was? You know what the problem was? I remember Puppy saying that someone quoting Puppy, you don't skill this skill because when you have it, you want to run it and cast it, and then you die. But now it's longer range.
No, this skill is very underrated. This skill is very underrated. It actually, if you look at the stats and what it does, it's actually pretty insane. How
And it's physical
how good,
damage.
How good it is.
So it has a lot with weave.
It has very good synergy. It slows, stuns, deals a lot of damage. It's a very low cooldown. It costs almost no mana, and now it's gotten buffed again. That skill got buffed a lot, multiple times. So that skill is actually.
Do you not max this last as a result of this?
Maybe
Depends on the game.
You
If you're
can
owning.
I think
Wow.
it's getting to a point where you can play. Maybe you can play Poison Touch, Dazzle.
All right.
It's getting to that point.
That means you can play
Touch.
Dazzle mid again, right? The old
I don't know about that.
Back in the day,
Dazzle.
Dazzle
I don't
mid
know
was
about Dazzle.
legit.
I don't know about that core Dazzle, but like that skill is good. You don't skill stats over this. I think.
All right, Death Prophet. Everything's about Spirit Siphon. No
Yeah,
longer
that-
grants vision, which I knew
Great.
that was going to happen. Damage type from pure to magical no longer goes to spell immunity. I knew that was going to happen because those are two ridiculous things about it. The spirit damage has been increased, believe it or not, as a result of those changes. The duration has been increased. Buffer range reduced,
This
and
means
base strength just a little bit lower.
she's better early game and worse late game. That's about it. But the vision thing is actually huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
You can't dive mid anymore. When they run in the trees, you gotta be able to see them and hit them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This hero's kind of weak now. Weaker. I don't think she's that. Like she can be picked, but
I mean, she wasn't even.
She
Like
wasn't
when
a
she
top
first
pick
they
anyways.
first came out of this change, she was OP for like 2 weeks.
and they changed
And
They
people-
changed the stats a little
how,
bit.
how much does it heal? Does it heal what it deals damage?
Yes.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
So, but like if she gets level 3 now, she actually heals 25 plus 2.5%, which is a lot. So she's actually a lot harder to kill
Yeah.
than she was before early game.
If you can like snowball with this hero,
So-
she's actually pretty strong.
The hero is not that big of like it's a nerf to that skill in a sense, but the strength of that hero also comes from the ghost later on as well. She needed a slight nerf, and I think she got it, but it's still playable. I think.
All right, so on that, I gotta go pee, guys.
All right.
Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
What are you supposed to do?
All right, we're back.
We're on Disruptor.
Disruptor, kinetic field AOE increased. I
Great.
just want to tell you my bathroom experience was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I'm glad to hear that.
Whew, I feel so much better.
Did you wipe?
Happy for you.
I peed, so
All right.
Did
that's
you
good.
wipe?
yes, absolutely. Dragon Knight, breathe fire attack damage reduction increased to a static 35, which is original 30, which was original level 4. Cooldown rescaled, and base damage increased by 4. Dragon Knight's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Probably better mid lane now. It's more
Still kind of weird.
better consistent mid laner. I think that hero is a mid laner,
Yeah, for sure.
and now it's like the fact that it's 35% damage reduction. and now he has 4 bomb base damage. He might be just more viable in mid lane. I don't know how long this debuff lasts. I don't remember that.
It's like 8 seconds,
Yeah.
something like
Pretty
that.
long.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, down to 11, 1 second difference. It's gonna some people are gonna use that for sure. Check it out.
Sounds good to me. Drow range. I'm surprised shocked that there's no Aghanims yet. So sad about that.
Yeah.
Drow
Oh my
Ranger
God.
Gust cast point improved.
Okay.
Okay. Boulder Smash for Earth Spirit.
Earth Spirit is just
Knockback
like
reduced.
was just doused in sludge, pretty much.
He's just
He's just
clunkier.
He's just slow. He's just fat now. He's the fattest spirit of them all.
Mm-hmm. He's.
Is that true? Let me read this. Oh, that's Storm
I
Spirit
mean,
was changed.
Storm Spirit is before he gets 6 at least. He's more sad than his Spirit.
No, he's not sad. He's just his first spirit's the slowest and the saddest now. Like,
Yeah.
have you seen the new Boulder? It's like
Yeah, you can actually dodge it now.
it's really
Like,
it's really slow.
I wonder how it is compared to Arrow, for example. Is it
I actually
same
haven't
speed
seen
as Arrow?
It's like a little bit slower. I
It
think
feels like slower than Arrow even. Like you can
Really?
actually dodge it.
it's
like,
really
Wait,
pathetic.
Boulder Smash is the one where you're roll. No,
It's the kick.
This is the kick.
just the kick of
It's
the stone.
the
Yeah.
stun.
You're saying it's as slow as Marana Arrow.
I'm
slower.
saying it's slower, so you can actually maybe when you're gonna see it and you'll be able to dodge it. Whereas before it was kind of just fucking.
I mean, obviously,
in your
that
face.
doesn't change when he's in your face stunning you. You can't dodge when he's like right there.
Right.
But like the long range stuns, you just see it like waddling up to you. You
Okay.
can kind of just move out of the way a
The
little
hero
bit.
is still.
Didn't change anything
it's
else.
still Earth
That's good.
Spirit, right? But
Yeah.
it's a good nerf. I feel. It's good.
Earthshaker,
Oh,
Rework
God.
Scepter.
This is just the Kobe.
Enchant Totem becomes a 900 range ground ability, causing you to jump in the air and land at the target spot, casting Enchant Totem there.
This is actually
Self-casting still works the same way.
this is actually the stupidest thing, but it's also the best thing that ever happened to Dota. Because you look so funny. You're just you're just flying up in the air and you slam down.
Is there ever a time where
I
you
think-
build Ags before Blink?
Yeah.
There might be.
Really?
Think about it's 5-second cooldown. If you don't have enchant match, it's 20 mana.
Hmm.
So it's like you can monkey your way into the trees, into a good position, 900 range, and then if you jump through fog, there's no way anyone dodges it. Because it's kind of slow. Like you can sidestep it, but if you're in fog, and they only see you when you're halfway, you're already in the air.
And you also jump in, you get an extra stun from the
Right.
aftershock.
Yeah,
So it has a longer stun
and the escape is the big thing.
because you blink in and then you use your enchant totem, stun people, echo, stun people, Fisher, stun people, and then your fucking thing is ready again.
Yeah.
Now you can stun even more. But it's good, but it is a lot of gold.
Yeah.
And
It's good
before
stats, though.
before this Shaker is the same hero.
It gives you a reason to buy it, because you wouldn't buy Ags anyways in Shaker.
No, you
it
would
was
not.
just damage. But now
Yeah.
this is once you get this, you're like a Sand King with Ags. You just shouldn't die
Well,
anymore.
I mean, if you pick Shaker, you're definitely aiming to get that item in the game,
Yeah.
at one point.
I think the important thing to realize here is any Aghanim Scepters that are added not only benefit the hero itself, but Rubik and Alchemist.
Yeah.
Alchemist can give this guy Ags, and then he
I've already seen a Rubik do the Kobe dunk.
Alright, that's still
Doesn't have aftershock, so it's not as big, but he's just flying around.
I completely forgot that was a thing. God damn, that's disgusting, actually.
It's good. Sometimes.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Elder Titan. A lot of people want this hero to come back. Echo Stomp damage increased.
I don't think that was the problem with the hero though.
Yeah, me neither. Echo Stomp Grace Period for waking up units, though. That means that you can damage them in the first 0.8 seconds and won't wake them up, right?
Yeah,
That's something.
that's something.
Enchantress.
Oh, this was-
Impetus damage reduced by a bit, and the max distance reduced by a decent amount. And just look at the numbers.
This was obviously needed.
Yeah.
Even without that new 4-step item that gives you maximum, cross the map impetus.
Mhm.
Because that hero, the fact this hero was able to do 625 damage to you with one attack. Not even carries do that.
Pure damage.
Like,
Yeah.
She's still good too.
she's definitely good.
Even with essentially having the damage at level 3. If you're getting all the same items, you get Ags,
Drums,
that
Dragon
Dragon
Lance,
Lance.
and you turn Dragon Lance into the 4-step item. Do you want 4-step anyways, like
Moon
hero?
Shard. You're still a carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
You just
still
don't kill someone in one hit anymore. You kill them in 2 hits.
Enigma, fixed demonic. She's still OP.
I didn't even know Enigma didn't do this.
Yeah, this is just. I think this is more of a bug fix than anything.
It's a nerf to
Faceless
Beastmaster.
Yes, huge nerf to Beastmaster.
Hmm.
Time Walk cast range increased. Time Walk cast point
I think
increased.
the only important thing is the Time Lock no longer deals double damage inside Chronosphere,
Yeah.
but they change all the numbers, so it actually just deals double damage all the time.
Really?
Look at it. Time Lock damage increase. So it's 70. It actually does more. It does a little bit less, but it's like
Okay.
you can actually have a reason to max this first now because there's a lot of damage. 25% chance to do 125 damage and bash someone.
Right. And Scepter no longer increases the duration, so it's just the cooldown, right? Is that it?
Yeah, 6-second cooldown.
Which is still pretty good, probably. Gyro.
This one's hilarious.
All right, first his base damage reduced by 4. Now he has a new... Well, the Aghanim Scepter before it's global. It's still global, I believe.
No.
That's a side
Oh,
gun.
they just got rid of that?
So any unit with 600 AoE of you,
Yeah.
you will automatically just randomly auto attack a unit.
Yeah.
And it does your orb effects. It does your orb effects. So think of Drow. How like it splits. It does like the split attack and still does orbs on those splits. You get that in Gyro now. So you just walk around. You know, you're doing like you're just following someone around with your Q. Now you're auto attacking them as well with the side gunner thing.
Right.
So like, but Gyro doesn't buy these orbs like Maelstrom and stuff anyway. So I don't understand. Like this is just.
So
It's
are
very
we 100%
weird.
sure it's not global as well as this?
No, it's
just
random enemy
replaces
units with 600 AO. No, it doesn't. There's no global effect anymore.
Okay.
But it's not affected by his attack speed. It's only every
1.4 seconds.
So
Right.
it's pretty mediocre.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like if you get this really early in the game, maybe it's good. Good stats.
Isn't it good really late in the game too?
No.
Like Divine? It's an extra attack every
Maybe.
1.4 seconds with Divine.
If you have a lot of damage,
Does
No
it work
orbs?
with Flak?
does it work with flak?
Yeah, it should. So this is...
No,
Why wouldn't it work
it
with
doesn't.
Flak?
Doesn't double flak.
Oh, no.
No, you know what I mean. Like,
Okay,
It's-
you
it's
can.
when
only
he has
600
Flak on
AoE.
and this thing triggers, it
Yeah.
doesn't fucking.
This thing is always
Hit
on.
everything.
Yeah, the thing is always on.
No, I know it's always on, but what if you click Flak Cannon? Is this side cannon gonna shoot
No,
Flak too?
No.
Because yeah, okay.
That would be hilarious.
But I'm actually curious what this happens to Gyro because maybe like because it doesn't scale on your auto attack speeds. Maybe you just build a lot of damage, and it's just hitting you faster than Gyro
But
can
he has
actually.
like, what does he have? Okay, it's 600 AoE actually.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not his
It
normal
increases your
attack.
farming speed in the jungle for one. Like you're farming like a single ancient camp or something, you get an extra auto attack every time you attack.
Yeah.
Because if you only have 1.4 second auto attack, anyways, it's like doubling your auto attack speed.
See, this is an example. I mean, even with this, you're not going to buy Ags on this guy.
Maybe.
Like, Alchemist giving you Ags is more viable now.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
I
That's
mean,
legit.
but maybe you do buy Agnes Hero now. Because like, imagine you're running away from enemy, they can't chase you in 600 range because they're getting hit by you still.
Right.
Like,
Well, only time will tell, I suppose. Huskar. Berserker's Blood max attack speed increased.
yeah, that here's garbage.
Still garbage. Invoker. Invoke spells cast point increased very slightly, but enough to be noticeable.
This just means that your invoked spells just aren't instant. All of them aren't instant.
Right.
So you can't do your combo. I mean, it is very negligible. But if you're an invoker player, you notice it.
Cold Snap's now dispellable, which is huge. Ghost Walk cooldown increased. Tornado Vision reduced. Forge Spirit health / mana has been changed. What is it? Max HP. It was like 600?
600 at level
Right.
8 when you get 4 doubles forge.
Instead of
you have to
1,000.
Instead of 1,000. Like, because usually you'd max exhort first, and then it would scale on exhort. HP would scale on exhort.
Yeah.
So now it scales on claws.
And
So
base
now it's
intelligence
600 like
decreased.
all the game, the whole
Yeah.
game, unless you max claws first.
That is, it's a nerf to the way Invokers play right now, but it's still playable, I think.
But now Forge Spirit gains armor
It's more
on exhort.
it's just maybe Force Spirits are more balanced.
You're definitely more balanced.
They're still gonna be the same equal retarded.
Now you
he's
don't have-
25, but you know you gotta get there first. So and that's kind of what like his problem might be now that he's not. It's harder to get to that point where he's like unstoppable.
That's good. That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So now you don't have
Somebody
these.
invaded the room.
Now you don't have these 1,000 HP Forge Spirits level 15.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And
God.
he starts with
Those were extra heroes. he had.
Oh, it also the duration scales on claws as well. They don't last 120 seconds anymore with 1,000 HP. They
So
last
less time.
50 seconds with
I mean,
600
how often
HP.
do they actually live that long? Is that
Well, I mean, if you leave a Forge Spirit alone in the lane, it'll push its lane from your tier 3 to their tier 3. You know, now it won't do that.
so more balanced?
the base intelligence nerf is also really big because now he starts with I think 200 something.
Now,
magic.
if you cast a Sunstrike at like level 3, they're like it uses half your mana.
Yeah.
And you can't cast another Sunstrike.
But
Until
this
you reach
doesn't doesn't affect his actual damage.
I think because they rescaled the damage, right?
Yeah, they base and damage increase accordingly. No boy, get off of here. Jakiro, Macropyre distance increased by 500. Macropyre is no longer unit targetable. What does that mean? Oh, you can't. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Macropyre scepter duration as if it needed 30 seconds. Like,
I mean, this hero is
two
still
waves.
like, who picks Jakiro? You know,
I mean,
With
that
Scepter.
skill is definitely also getting ridiculous. Like,
that skill is so
we
fun
tested
now.
it, and it's like you can almost
The whole lane,
defend
a tier
two
3.
tier 3 towers at the same time with this skill. And I don't know, like the hero does not seem appealing still. You know, it's like
maybe
so
there's
clunky.
something else wrong with him that isn't his ultimate.
It's so
Jakiro
clunky
Void.
and slow, and it's
Yeah, everything's so clunky. His
it's-
turn reads, his
it's-
cast
it's-
animation.
yeah, everything. Like
Yeah.
his attack slow, his attack animation, his movement speed. He's like he can barely fly. You know, he's
His
so
little
fat. He's
arms.
like,
They
yeah.
need to change it
Worst,
to not be a
worst
dual-headed
model in the
dragon.
game, honestly.
Slardar,
Slaughter has cosmetics.
Viper.
Jakiro does not have
No,
cosmetics.
I
The
definitely
Viper's
think
the
Jakiro is one of the by far the most clunky hero in the game.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's kind of his problem.
But they're never gonna change that. I don't think. It's been years.
I mean, who knows? I
Eventually.
mean, there's not much love to Jakiro.
They'll make him-
overall.
they'll make
no
him
one
buff.
talks about Jakiro. No one is like a big Jakiro lover, you know, who's gonna write big threats about how he should be changed and stuff. You
That's
don't
true,
see
nobody
that.
really cares at the
No
end
one.
of the day.
It's poor Jakiro.
They'll
right?
give him the
Yeah.
Anti-Mage, like Zeus Void treatment, where they make him really buff.
Yeah, I
It'll be
mean,
nice. It'll be nice big arms, you know?
Right.
Chest showing Arcana.
Yeah, he needs an Arcana. That's basically what it's come down to. Juggernaut Healing Word now follows you by default. Okay, just like Frozen Sigil.
Yeah, whatever.
Movement speed of Keeper of the Light has
So
been
he's
increased
now-
by 20.
He's not one of the. He's tied with the fastest heroes in the game, which is Enchantress.
he is riding on this
It's Enchantress.
white horse, you know.
Yeah,
And
he should.
it should be fast, right?
I said the same thing about Abaddon in
Abaddon.
Dota 1,
Abaddon.
riding a dead horse.
Abaddon.
He's
Abaddon.
super slow, but it's a dead horse. so
Abaddon.
it is.
This is triggering me.
All right, Kunkka or Kunkka?
Kunkka.
It's Kunkka. Even though I don't say it, it's Kunkka. You know how I know? Because I
Kunkka.
asked Kunkka himself how to pronounce his name.
Well, who plays that hero?
Well,
The hero hasn't
we'll
been
see if
picked
this
in
changes after
years.
this patch notes. Torrent damage is now dealt evenly over 8 ticks. Does that mean it's like an amazing counter to TA? Or is it not enough damage?
Well, it already did that.
It's
What was it before?
10
half the
10
damage dealt at the
ticks.
start, the other half was dealt. Oh, okay. So it's like
So now it just does damage over time.
stun duration just an even number now. Torrent mana cost reduced. Base armor increased.
There's actually
yeah, I
a
mean,
nerf.
this hero also keeps getting buffed, but it's still hard to use him because he's just a bit. He's kind of an awkward.
He's a
hero.
weird hero.
He's
Yeah,
a very
he's-
niche hero. Like you just
Yeah.
you get like this rapier, and then you one shot people.
Like someone-
You don't play him like that. You play
Like
him support.
his X mark and his chip are so insanely good spells.
Yeah, and his other two
But
spells
it's
are like
just hard to use
garbage.
this hero because he's a little bit like Jakiro, you know. Nah, he's not like Jakiro.
No one liked hero.
This guy's a pirate.
That guy has
Yeah.
cosmetics.
Yeah.
He has
really
Macklemore.
good cosmetics.
Macklemore set.
LC, duel no longer ignores disarm and ethereal states,
Yeah,
which
this
is a nerf.
this hero's garbage. Let's be
And
honest.
dual scepter duration increased to a ridiculous 8 seconds. Of course, keep in mind you can't be damaged by outside sources of the duel. So for
You can
8
be
seconds,
stunned.
you can be stunned.
And the heroes in your dueling can kill you.
I mean,
I don't think this stuff changes
I
anything.
don't know. Legion Commander is just kind of also just a weird hero that like they kept buffing his passive, the double attack, lifesteal kind of thing.
Better for
What
jungling.
you calling him?
Moment of
all
courage.
odds. Moment of
Moment of
against
courage.
all odds. Goddamn.
Moment of courage.
Moment of courage.
Press
there it
the
is.
attack. Overwhelming odds.
Overwhelming odds. Right.
There's 2 issues with this hero. Number 1 is the fact. I already forgot what I was going to say. Well, number 1, in Dota 1, it was a guy
On a horse.
on a horse with a huge mustache.
That was the best.
And now it's this.
Now it's a woman who's angry at
I
everyone.
mean, I don't recall even that hero was quit after that.
Oh,
but,
okay. I'm the same.
But yeah.
I'm the same.
Remember
And
that hero-
the second reason is weird is because you feel the need when you get Blink Dagger, press the attack, then blink, then ult. Just feels so
You have
awkward
to press the
to
attack,
do that.
blade bail, blink, alt.
But this
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It
You know what
it
make this
doesn't
hero-
really change anything for
You know what
Oh,
makes
this
this
one,
hero
yeah,
not
this stuff doesn't
garbage?
change.
You decrease the cast point on her alt. Because you get juked so many times.
Yeah,
you're trying to alt, you're like, and
Yeah.
then they run in the trees.
You know
and
why?
And then you have to like do it again.
Because she's not on a horse.
Yep, she's not very fast. She actually
That's what
has
we've
315
established.
movement speed. She's pretty fast.
Not fast enough for that
Nope,
horse.
not fast enough.
Lich, Frost Blast, and Chain Frost slows are now independent debuffs, which mean they stack and no longer jumps at zombies, which is good against undying.
Great.
Right?
Great.
Lifestealer Infest can now only target ancients at level 2 and level 3, so no
thank-
memeing until
thank
level 11.
God.
Strength growth increased though, so
I bet you're upset.
no, I don't jump into those creeps until
I
level
guess
11.
we can
anyway.
mention about Lich that since the range creep gives so much experience now,
Oh,
that, you can keep denying the range creep. Also level 1 and stuff. So that's also
So now
a
there's no
positive.
debate on which one to deny.
No.
Right? It should be the range.
And there's also something with frost armoring towers that also have armor, aura and stuff, and have more damage and stuff. So
Right.
in that sense, he got buffed.
Okay.
I like that too.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
cool.
it's just interesting now.
Lone Druid, man.
Lone Druid, Spirit Bearers, and Tangle now use the pseudo-random distribution. Battlecry damage reduced just a bit.
The Pseudoram is actually really big buff.
It's a buff.
Definitely a buff.
If you're unlucky, it's
More
a buff.
consistent roots.
Well, it's a buff. It gets rid of
It's
the
probably a nerf to
bullshit.
Bulldog, but a buff to everybody.
No, it's a buff for sure. Because you can now do the thing where you like hit the creep 3 times, you don't root, and then you hit the hero once and it roots. Guaranteed.
Yeah, you can
Almost.
probably do that actually.
Guaranteed.
Does it? Should it work like that though?
It shouldn't. It should work on whatever unit you're targeting is pseudo random, but it works in
Yeah.
like the general sense. So you can
Yeah.
like
You're right.
stack it up.
Yeah.
Kind of like PA crit. You hit a creep 3 times and jump
You're
on
like,
it
okay,
off.
I need to not hit creeps anymore. Time to hit a hero.
Yep.
Luna agility growth increased.
Cute.
Cute indeed. Magnus HP regeneration increased a bit. Base
Wow.
damage increased by 4. This
Point-
literally, like this
point
doesn't
5.
do anything, right? It's nothing.
0.5.
Like you'd think if they wanted him to be an offlaner, they'd make this like Nyx, like it's 3 HP. But
Yeah.
3.5 is a lot of
I
regen.
It's more like a mid guy now. But I'm not like
They'd make it 2 or
it's
1.5.
kinda, it's not really that big a deal.
it feels like he's just an empower, a walking empower.
That's
or
what he
some
is.
Carry,
Yeah.
right?
Really,
And
really
RP,
big,
obviously.
really big late game disable.